Namaste. Welcome to Kaivalya Yoga Gurukulam, KYG. Let us begin this class with one Om, followed by a reverential salutations to the Divine Sadguru, and then invoking Lord Ganesha from our Mooladhara. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. As always, let's begin with reviewing what we have learned so far. We're going to take each line and repeat it twice. Whenever you make a mistake, whichever is your weak spot, some pronunciations are your weak spot, then take a pencil and make a mark. Hopefully you have a printed copy. We'll try and make a PDF also available very soon. Make a mark there and say, okay, I need to work on this part. And it's okay to focus on just certain parts of these mantras till you get the whole flow. It's all part of the learning process. Let's begin. Nidhanapataye Namaha. Nidhanapataye Namaha. Nidhanapatantikaya Namaha. Nidhanapatantikaya Namaha. Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Hiranyaya Namaha. Hiranyaya Namaha. Hiranyalingaya Namaha. Hiranyalingaya Namaha. Suvarnaya Namaha. Suvarnaya Namaha. Suvarnalingaya Namaha. Suvarnalingaya Namaha. Divyaya Namaha. Divyaya Namaha. Divyalingaya Namaha. Divyalingaya Namaha. Bhavaya Namaha. Bhavaya Namaha. Bhavalingaya Namaha. Bhavalingaya Namaha. Sharvaya Namaha. Sharvaya Namaha. Sharvalingaya Namaha. Sharvalingaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Shivalingaya Namaha. Shivalingaya Namaha. Jvalaya Namaha. Jvalaya Namaha. Jvalalingaya Namaha. Jvalalingaya Namaha. Atmaya Namaha. Atmaya Namaha. Atmalingaya Namaha. Atmalingaya Namaha. Paramaya Namaha. Paramaya Namaha. Paramalingaya Namaha. Paramalingaya Namaha. Etat somasya suryasya sarvalingaggasthapayati panimantram pavitram. Etat somasya suryasya sarvalingaggasthapayati पाणिमन्त्रं पवित्रम् सद्यो जातं प्रपद्यामि सद्यो जाताय वै नमो नमः सद्यो जातं प्रपद्यामि सद्यो जाताय वै नमो नमः भवे भवे नाति भवे भवस्व माम् भवे भवे नाति भवे भवस्व माम् भवोद्भवाय नमः भवोद्भवाय नमः वामदेवाय नमो वामदेवाय नमो Next two lines we'll do it together. ज्येष्ठाय नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमो ज्येष्ठाय नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमो These three lines together twice. रुद्राय नमः कालाय नमः कलविकरणाय नमो रुद्राय नमः कालाय नमः कलविकरणाय नमो बलविकरणाय नमो बलविकरणाय नमो बलाय नमो बलाय नमो Next two lines together. प्रमथनाय नमः सर्वभूतदमनाय नमो बलप्रमथनाय नमः सर्वभूतदमनाय नमो मनोन्मनाय नमः मनोन्मनाय नमः अघोरेभ्योऽथ घोरेभ्यो घोरघोरतरेभ्यः अघोरेभ्योऽथ घोरेभ्यो घोरघोरतरेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानाम् ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपतिर्ब्रह्मणोऽधिपतिर्ब्रह्मा ब्रह्माधिपतिर्ब्रह्मणोऽधिपतिर्ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवोम् शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवोम्. Let's chant these two together twice. ब्रह्माधिपतिर्ब्रह्मणोऽधिपतिर्ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवोम्. Again. ब्रह्माधिपतिर्ब्रह्मणोऽधिपतिर्ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवोम्. 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 Namo Hiranyabhave Hiranyavarnaya Hiranyarupaya Hiranyapataye Ambikapataye Umapataye Pashupataye Namo Namaha. Namo Hiranyabhave Hiranyavarnaya Hiranyarupaya Hiranyapataye Ambikapataye Umapataye Pashupataye Namo Namaha. The challenge comes when you know this to say it mindfully and slowly. Because then you get a chance to focus on each word, absorb the meaning. So don't worry about speed at all. Let the flow be very natural, in line with your thought process. Now we come towards the end of the sloka. We are not going to finish it today. We have one more day to go. I'm breaking the last verse into easier paths to learn. So having from that ecstatic state where everything is gold and gold, we slowly come back down. And there we continue the adoration. We began with the adoration, Urdhva Lingaya Namaha, right? From there, Nidhanapataye Namaha, Urdhva Lingaya Namaha, Hiranyaya Namaha, Suvarnaya Namaha. We began from there, right in the beginning. And then it crescendoed up to Namo Hiranyabhave, Hiranyavarnaya, Hiranyarupaya. Everything is gold, gold, gold. So the mind is simply absorbed in that. And then slowly we come back down with the realization from that height. What is that realization? That Hrutagam Satyam Param Brahma. Ritu is commonly understood for those of you who know Sanskrit, or sometimes I think even in Hindi there is a reference to Ritu. Ritu means seasons. You have the summer season, you have the autumn, and you have the winter, and you have the spring, and so on. But what is the reference there? Ritu means just like seasons come, no matter what, whether you are happy or sad, whether things are going good in your life or otherwise, it doesn't matter. The seasons come and go. There is a cosmic order to this. Dharma, right action. Right conduct, at the right context, at the right place, at the right time. That will never be compromised. So there is a cosmic order in right action. There is a cosmic order that is established. So you come back with that realization that this cosmic order, that everything around us that we see, there are hills, there are valleys. There are days, there are nights. There is inhalation, there is exhalation. There is birth, there is death. There is left, there is right, there is up, there is down. All of these, even in this so-called illusion that we call this as Maya, even there is a cosmic order to this. There is an intelligence that is in charge of this cosmology. That, whom does it come from, right? So we come back with that awareness that this cosmic order, this truth, the Satya, prevails in this cosmic order, and understanding this cosmic order. Param Brahma, the supreme wisdom, is based on this cosmic order. And that is from this Purusha, the highest Purusha. The day and night, Krishna and Pingala. Krishna means dark, black, and so on. But because Ritu is indicated in the initial verse, Ritu means cosmic order. And it has a kind of a reference to the seasonal cycles, to the cosmic order in the universe. We understand Krishna and Pingala as day and night. Pingala means orange, Pingala is gold, Pingala is red, all reference to the sun. That is why the Pingala is the right side of the body, Ida and Pingala, and Pingala means the Surya side, right? So Pingala has a reference to the sun because it means red, bright, yellow, gold, outgoing, extrovert, all that. Krishna, on the other hand, is charming, is loving, all of that relates to Krishna. Introvert, and so on. So the Krishna is night and Pingala is day. So this night and day concept. Night and day is the best way to understand cosmic order, right? And that is the beauty. All of this cosmic order, the entire truth that we are searching for, comes to us when we understand this cosmic order, and that all of this emerges from that Purusha. Ritagam Satyam Param Brahma. The highest wisdom is also embedded in this cosmic order of things. Nothing is chaotic or random. Even that apparent chaos or randomness in the universe that scientists refer to, in Vedanta we believe that there is an intelligence behind that randomness. And that randomness is part of the cosmic design. So when you think of that, when you understand that everything is part of a cosmic order and intelligence, Urdhvaretam Virupaksham Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha. Urdhvaretam. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. Urdhvareta means moving upwards. When the senses all move upwards, in other words, towards the Shiva. In our body, Shiva is considered in Sahasrara, the ultimate experience, right? And so when all our energies, all our senses, everything begins to move upwards to higher dimensions. So there is an element of visualization here. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. Virupa is, Rupa means form. Virupa is no form, abstract form, or disfigured is not the right word, but not the form that you and I can relate to. It's kind of a unique form, if you will. Virupa. What is Virupa? What is the uniqueness in that form? The Aksha. Aksha is eyes. Virupaksha is one word, therefore. It's an adjective. Like most of these words are. They're all adjectives, right? Virupaksha is the eyes have no set form. Why? Because he has a third eye. Right? One eye is like this, the third eye is lengthwise, and the two eyes are like this. So the concept here is that this is Virupaksha. So beautifully, poetically they explain this. So there is a very positive energy there. Virupaksha. Urdhva. Why is it called Urdhvareta and Virupaksha? Because the third eye is above the two eyes. So when you focus on the third eye, Urdhvareta happens. All the consciousness begins to move upwards. Like I said earlier in one context, right? When you think of, say, these words, the mind becomes that, takes you into that. So, Urdhvaretam Virupaksham, when you begin to focus on the Virupaksha, the strangeness in the location of the three eyes, the mind goes to the third eye. And therefore, Urdhvareta happens. Urdhva, like we studied in Urdhva Lingaya Nama, is upward. So Urdhvareta Virupaksham Vishwarupa. And from that third eye you begin to understand the Vishwarupa, cosmic form. Of whom? Of Shiva. And to that cosmic form we salute. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham Vishwarupaya Vainama. There is so much of information subtly given to us in this worship. We might think we are worshipping Shiva, but actually those thoughts are becoming Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. So as you think, you become. So Urdhvaretam, your mind goes upwards to the third eye, Virupaksha, and from there you understand Vishwarupa. Everything is him. He is the one who is making this dance. There is no good person and bad person, no good thing and bad thing. It's all part of one dance, cosmic intelligence. And therefore I salute. Vai Namo Namaha. Salutations upon salutations. So you combine these two sentences, it becomes beautiful. The cosmic order, the truth, all of that, when I begin to focus, my consciousness begins to move upwards to the third eye, and then from that third eye it opens and Vishwarupa is given to me. The cosmic wisdom dawns upon me. As I come down from that ecstasy of praise, cosmic wisdom comes along with that. That is the beauty of experience. Wisdom always follows experience. If there is no wisdom behind the experience, dump the experience. It's of no use. Right? This is a wisdom that is following the experience of what? The ecstatic experience of Namo Hiranya Bhagave, Hiranya Varna, Hiranya Rupa, gold. And then as the mind comes back down, you begin to understand this cosmic order that is around me, the ups and downs, everything is part of Shiva. And then you begin to focus on that Virupaksha, and consciousness begins to move up, and you get that cosmic vision. Oh, everything is Shiva, and therefore I bow to this uniqueness. This is the oneness. This is Vedanta, pure Vedanta, where everything is part of just one consciousness, which in this case we call it Shiva. Sarvo vai rudrastasmai rudraya namo astu. So from that, did we chant this? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think we have chanted any of this. So let me finish. I was so caught up in the meaning because these are so beautiful. Let me finish this also and then we'll chant it together. And then when you realize that Vishwarupa opens up in your third eye, in your mind's eye, in the eye of when the Sadguru opens it for you, when Shiva opens it for you, Sarvo vai rudras tasmai rudraya namo. Sarvo, everything is Rudra. Everything is Rudra. Who's Rudra? That effulgent being. Sarvo vai rudras tasmai rudraya namo astu. And the last one we say, Purusho vai rudras san maho namo namaha. We're going to stop here with this. Purush, and that Purusha, that Rudra, that is, everything is Rudra. Everything is Rudra energy, that effulgence. And that Rudra, that divine Purusha, Supreme Purusha exists as this supreme light, Maho, Sun Maho. Sun Maho is supreme light in all of this. Sun comes from Sat. Sat, Shat, all that is hundreds of lights. In other words, every soul, every being, every plant, every animal, every electron and proton, everything is filled with that effulgent light. Maho, Mahat, Maho, the brilliance of whom? Of Rudra. That is the understanding you come back from that Namo Hiranya Bahave. So each sentence is worth meditating. So don't be in a rush to learn Shiva Upasana and say what next. This can take you weeks and months to learn, right? Even if I post other slokas, meditate on each of these lines. Okay, so let's go to the chant. How is this chanted? Ritagum Satyam Ritu and Sa, there is a Ga comes, so Gum. We discussed this earlier as well. So it is just a Sandhi principle, one of the principles of Sandhi. Rita and Sa, Ritagum, Gum comes here. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma. Listen to it one more time. Ritagum, it's Gum. It's not Gum, G-U-M. There's no G-U-M, that's Gum. Because it's just a filler, actually. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma. Let's chant it twice. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma. Excellent. Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Once again, listen. Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Let's chant it together. Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Again. Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Let's chant it. Listen to it once, the whole sentence, and we'll try to chant it again. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Just listen to it one more time. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Let's chant it together twice. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Again. Ritagum Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Wonderful. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. Urdhvaretam Urdhva. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. Let's chant it together twice. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. The meaning here, the mind should just settle in this position, in this portion. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. From there, Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namah. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. The next line is Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha. Listen to it one more time. Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha. Let's chant it twice. Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha. Again. Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha. Let's chant this line together. Listen to it once. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha. Let's chant it together. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha. Wonderful. One more time. Urdhvaretam Virupaksham Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha. Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namo Astu. Let's break it into half. Listen. Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai. Let's chant it together twice. Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai. Again. Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai. Beautiful. Rudraya Namo Astu. It's not Astu, Astu. Rudraya Namo Astu. Let's chant it twice. Rudraya Namo Astu. Rudraya Namo Astu. Listen to the whole line once. Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namo Astu. Let's chant it together. Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namo Astu. Again. Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namo Astu. Purusho Vai Rudrasanmaho. Let's break this. Purusho Vai. Let's chant this twice. Purusho Vai. Let's together. Purusho Vai. Purusho Vai. Simple, right? Rudrasanmaho. Together. Rudrasanmaho. Again. Rudrasanmaho. Namo Namaha. Together. Namo Namaha. Again. Namo Namaha. Now, the whole line once. Purusho Vai Rudrasanmaho Namo Namaha. Let's try that twice together. Purusho Vai Rudrasanmaho Namo Namaha. Purusho Vai Rudrasanmaho Namo Namaha. So beautiful. You come back from that ecstatic state realizing everything is Rudra, and to that Rudra who resides in everything as radiant light, we bow. Namo Namaha. So how beautifully this Upasana is ending. May the Shiva guide us as we near this holy night of Shivratri. Even if you don't know this by Shivratri, know to chant it perfectly. At least you're getting familiar with the sounds, with the intonations. We'll try and chant this together in Shivratri more than once. And as you listen to it and become more and more familiar, the mantra, the Shakti in that mantra, the energy in the mantra begins to awaken within you. And the Shiva within will guide you to a greater experience of His omnipresence, omniscience and omnipotence. May that divine Shiva within us guide us. to his lotus feet. End the class with one Om and three Shantis. Thank you all for watching and giving me this wonderful opportunity to teach such a divine chant. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.